What is going on? What's going on, everybody? It's Altone. You know who it is. So, I have to say this, and I'm going to say this up front. I know we're going to start talking about success and what that actually means to you, but I'm going to be straight up and honest with you. The brother is way, 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 way outside his comfort zone right now. So, first of all, if you have the opportunity and you want to send a chat real quick, by all means, shoot me a top chat. Here we go. And I've got some things going on here so that I can make sure that everything is coming up very well. But and so I had to fix that. But first of all, I'm gonna share with you quickly how I've got things set up here, really quickly. So of course, you see my mic here, and on this side of me, I have my main screen that I actually have OBS running on. I can't use Streamlabs yet because I am on a Mac. My iMac on this side, I've got my other screen here so that I can catch the chats as well as some notes so that I can keep my own personal thoughts straight. Because the one thing I will say about doing a live stream is, and I say, like, for my from the mind of Altone, and from my videos, something for the brothers, I say that I try my best not to edit those. I want to just come to you with my fresh thoughts on a particular subject. However, on occasion, I still have to edit. And one thing I can say right now is this is scaring me a little bit because I can't edit. So if I mess up, screw up, there's no editing here. But like I said, so I've got some notes here, and I do notice there's a little bit of a lag, which I'm going to get rid of, so I'm not looking at myself on the screen over here. I wanted to see how much of a lag there was, but I've got my notes here so that I can kind of keep track on the subject and whatnot. And so I also have, like I said, I've got OBS on this screen. I can view your live chat, so you'll see me, kind of glancing back and forth, and you may actually see me looking down. I've got my cell phone sitting here running the video back so I can see what's going on, because again, this is my first time doing this, so I'm kind of excited about it. And then, of course, like I said, I've got my notes here, because I want to make sure that I stay on point, because for anyone who knows me personally, I have to say that my brain works 1,000 times faster than my mouth or my body can actually keep up with. And so it can be easy sometimes for me to get a little bit off subject and telling stories to back up a particular thought. However, I end up getting myself off and going off and onto something else. So I wanted to make sure that I don't do that today. So again, success. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is a major success for me because, like I said, and I'm gonna do a couple of shout outs real quick. One of them to my boy Emmanuel. Depression Talks with Emmanuel, dude. I really appreciate the push. I appreciate the support and everything as we've been moving forward and doing a lot of things and trying to affect others in a positive way. And to what's up, date, dude. I know we haven't talked a lot lately, but you're still there. I still see your support and your comments and all of that, and I truly appreciate everything that you add to the value of what it is I'm attempting to provide here. And last but not least, of course, well, I'm gonna have to go two more in, and I'm gonna try to make this quick. But to my brother, Rude Boy, I really appreciate you. I'm not sure if you had an opportunity to jump on or not. I know you're busy, but I wanted to say thank you. And of course, to my parents. I'm pretty sure my mom's watching now. My biggest supporters, my mom, my dad. My dad's probably working 50 years as a barber. That's what I call success. And again, we're going to get into success and what that means and defining it for ourselves in a second. So, actually, no time like the present. So, of course, what is success? I mean, there is a book definition for success, which I will show in just a minute. However, um, there are. I believe that there are reasons why we need to determine for ourselves what success really is. So let's just go into this real quick, and I'm gonna give you, if I got these lined up correctly, um, exactly what. Uh, and I see I messed that up. So I'm just gonna tell you quickly the definitions, and I'm really getting into this thing, trying to make sure that I've got everything lined up here. So to start off with, I wanted to look up success just to get an idea of what a dictionary definition of the word success actually is. And I've done this before in one of my other videos, but I wanted to kind of share that again. Um, and it says basically um, the accomplishment of an aim or a purpose, the attainment of po- popularity or profit, prosperity, influence, wealth, riches, and a person or thing that achieves a desired aims or attains prosperity. So there's a few other. If you actually look up success, there's a few other definitions in there. I thought that these actually spoke more to the direction that we're going for today, but these are very, very general, um, very general statements, and I believe, I, I guess whoever wrote that definition out, in order to be able to include everyone and everything in that statement, they needed to be able to make it general enough that it pretty much applied to everybody, right? But I truly believe, and I started this in just a very short bit of history. I started this journey on YouTube. Now I've started doing so many things many years ago, but this particular journey on YouTube, I started back in 2013, and that growth has been extremely slow. I'll just be honest with you. It has been. I've had my share of failures in the process, but I refuse to give up. And the thing is, as time has passed, my definition for success in this avenue has changed, and it's evolved over time. And I think it's phenomenal. And at this point, I think I have for myself the best possible definition I could come up with personally for what success is. And like I said, I think it's important for us as an individual, for you as an individual, to define what success is and what it actually means for you. It's very important that you define that. And so, with that, let me give you a couple of reasons why I think it's so important to define success. So, the, some of the reasons I believe it's important to define that success is that defining success for yourself will actually help guide you in a direction. It guides your directions and decisions in your life. They help you um, to make choices that are going to advance you in the direction toward the success that you're actually looking for. They give you goals, and I mean, right, going right back with what I just said, give you goals to reach for, and actually provide a purpose, which I believe most of us is actually looking for in life. We're looking for a purpose, and I believe that um, by defining that success, it will essentially give us what we need as far as uh, um, being able to determine what our purpose in life actually is. And like I said, I believe with all my heart, it doesn't matter whether you have a business idea, whether you have something, a specific talent. Hopefully, you do have a specific talent that you're working on to develop and to grow in. But it doesn't matter what avenue you use to define that success. It doesn't matter. What does matter is that um, let me let me say that in a different way. It doesn't matter what avenue that you use to define that success. However, whatever area it is that you use, by defining it, it gives you that purpose in life. It allows you to be able to grow and to be able to become the individual that you want to become. And like I said before, your definition of success. I don't care if you're 5. In most cases, at 5 years old, we're not thinking about defining what success means to us. But there are a few that are. At 7, I was. But whether you're at 5 or you're at 95, um, over time, your personal definition of success is going to evolve into something else. It's going to end up evolving into something that's, I believe, possibly more laser focused. It may change altogether, but essentially it's going to evolve over time and allow you to be able to clearly see where that idea is leading you. And with maturity, as you get older and as you experience things in life, those experiences are going to help you to make better decisions in order to reach that level of success that you're looking for. For me personally, I have seen levels of success in my life. I've achieved levels of success in my life. At some point, I may again go into my overall story. Now, I've quit a lot of things. That's why I said I think I've achieved the success at being a professional quitter, quote unquote. But there are areas that I actually succeeded in, and those things did somewhat come easy for me. So I think in a lot of ways, at this point, I don't see them as great of a success as I once did. However, there are successes, and those areas, the way that I've defined success for myself has changed and evolved. And I think it's actually, my definition is a more mature um, definition of what success should and could actually be. So, I began to, in the process of trying to prepare to do this live stream, I actually started looking at some definitions of success for some people that are considered, well, famous and very successful. Some I only chose 3. Some you know, some you don't know, or you may not know. Depending on your age, you may not know who they are. But so the 3 that I actually chose was first was Maya Angelou, and if you don't know who Maya Angelou is, she's a poet and a rights activist. Those are the 2 areas. She's also a singer, and there's a few other things that she has under her belt, so to speak, or had under her belt. But she's considered those 2 areas are what she's known for the most. And she said that success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. When I read that, it just blew my mind. I mean, it absolutely blew my mind when I read that. That's one of my favorite quotes from Maya Angelou, and I just think that it's awesome. So let's talk about that for a second. Liking yourself. In order to like yourself, you need to know yourself. In order to know yourself, then you have to embrace being a unique individual. and not align yourself so much with, and I'm trying not to get on the soapbox with this, but it's something I'm passionate about. Align yourself with the thoughts and ideas of others, who they think you should be, or what they think about who you are. Um, that's a very big deal, and it's something I have to say that I think everybody in some way, shape, or form may struggle with that somewhere in their life. But I've struggled with that, and in struggling with trying to be accepted, and struggling with trying to be liked or admired, and for somebody liking me, I've found myself making decisions and choices that were not the best for me at times in my life. So I think that's a very big deal. Liking what you do, yeah, that can change. At one point, you can be enjoying a particular thing. There's two things that are constant for me in my life. One of them is I'm a thinker, I'm an analyzer. That's something I do. Give me a problem, give me a couple of things, and I will find a way to at least give you direction toward a solution for it, which is the reason why I think at this point my passion and where I am in attempting to give you the best of me and my experiences and the things that I've learned in my life in order to help you develop and grow and find your gifts and find your talents and develop them so that you can see the value in yourself, and you can add value to others around you, your family, your friends, and the world. And I say the world a lot. That's probably a crazy thing for me to be saying, but I say the world a lot because, excuse me, as I look back at some of these very, 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 very famous people, some of them, again, some you don't, they impacted, many of them have impacted our lives in ways that uh, um, at this point, we just take for granted. We don't even realize, wow, if it wasn't for Tesla and you know, um, and here I go with my brain again. But if it wasn't for some of these inventors, we wouldn't have lights, we wouldn't have computers, we wouldn't have a lot of the technology, we wouldn't have cell phones. That's basically a walking computer on, everywhere you go. We wouldn't have these things. We would not have the ability to have YouTube and people to be able to share their experiences and share their life and share their thoughts and become masters in all of that. What's going on? A HR Power. Thank you. I appreciate you. And definitely, we have to think big. The, we would not have all of these things if we didn't, if it wasn't for these people. So, liking what you do can start in one place, but it could actually end in another. And like I said, music and I'm a thinker, I'm an analyzer. So, those two areas really do they speak to everything. I'm a creative. I like to create, and that's another one of my passions. So every single one of my definitions of success and everything that I've liked to do in my life have revolved around music, analytical thinking, and my creativity. All of them have. It's just evolved into something else. And that's possible. I believe that's possible for you. And then getting to liking how you do it. And I know I'm on to Maya Angelou, but that statement is so ridiculously powerful. So Richard Branson, of course, if you don't know, he is a part of, or he is a founder of the Virgin Group, which many people, of course, and before I did this video and did my research, I didn't even know the Virgin Group existed myself. But that particular business controls more than 400 companies, which includes Virgin Records and Virgin Mobile. Those two, I'm sure most are familiar with. And Richard Branson's definition of success was, and what he said was, in my opinion, true success should be measured by how happy you are. And it that to me again is such an awesome statement. How happy you are, and I believe that is true. You need to be happy with what you're doing. And if you have the ability to identify your personal talents, your gifts, and where your passion lies, and you're able to use that gift in order to develop yourself and develop that gift in order to and develop means by which to provide value to others. And it's something I've said so many times is when you provide value to others, then they have a tendency, what usually happens is they provide value back to you. Sometimes that is monetary, other times that is with support, and other times that is just by showing their appreciation for what you're doing. And so it's important to be happy with whatever you're doing. And you need to incorporate, as you define success for yourself, the idea that happiness should be a part of it. My happiness. It's one thing to be successful in a monetary or material way. Yes, I have $1 million home and cars that cost over $100,000. Yes, but does that make you happy? Does it really make you happy? And I would have to say there are many millionaires out there, many millionaires out there, who suffer from depression, who are just not happy. And I say depression, I'm not talking necessarily about clinical depression, but they suffer from depression and are not happy, and they're sad most of the time because the material things do not make them happy. And now the last one, our former president Barack Obama, who was our 44th president of the United States and the first African American president of the United States. This isn't a quote from him, but it is a quote from his wife. And when his wife was asked what President Obama actually, how he defined success, he said for Barack, she said, excuse me, for Barack, success isn't about how much money you make. It's about the difference you make in people's lives. I'm going to have to read that again. I just have to read that one again. So she said that for Barack, success isn't about how much money you make. It's about the difference you make in people's lives. That is, I mean, again, I don't even know how to follow up a statement with that. Because if you take these three individuals' definition of success and combine them into one, think about that for a second. Success, and just combining these three individuals' definition. Success is liking yourself, liking what you do, liking how you do it, being happy, and making a difference in other people's lives. That in itself is a statement and a half. And I'm gonna have to be careful, because if I think about that too much, you'll see me reaching for a box of tissue, because that is a major impactful statement to me. It's a major statement to me. So in the process of doing all of this too, I was intending on reaching out to a couple of people. I was going to reach out to my brother, Rude Boy, like I said, and I was going to reach out to Anthony. What's going on? I was going to reach out to, a couple of people that I know and just ask them for their personal definition of success. And I didn't do that because I had my reasons. Because I think I more so wanted to define my personal definition without necessarily allowing others' definition to kind of cloud my judgment on it. When I finally got to that today, I actually finally truly identified that definition for myself today. But I was talking to my mom, and she kind of agrees with Barack Obama's statement. And what she said was, success is not measured by wealth or material things. or the material things you own, but by the grace and goodness of God and the love of family. Okay, it was a little bit different, but the grace and goodness of God and the love of family. That again, I mean, with that, I'm going to share something with you. Um, there's a reason, and my passion being what it is, again, to help motivate you to find that internal talent and gift and develop it and use it to provide and make a major positive impact to the world. That purpose for me comes from the fact that I realized that when I was born, and I'm a very spiritual individual, and I've studied the Bible for a for the majority of my life, and I truly have a deep belief in God, and I believe that I am a citizen of the kingdom of God. And so, understanding that He said that when I was created, and I'm saying this from Him to you, when you were created, He knew your end before you were created, before your beginning. He knew who you were, who you are, and who you're going to be before He created you. And He created you for the purpose of fulfilling a part of His overall purpose in this life, in this world. So the gifts that I believe were given to me and the purpose for those gifts are not just for me to worry about profiting from them monetarily. Those gifts were given to me to help others. And I believe that He gave me the gifts that I have, and I've experienced the things that I have in order to give me the material to be able to sit here before you in a live stream, as nervous as I was, and share with you what success means to me, and hopefully inspire you to find that passion for yourself and to use it to benefit not just yourself, but others. And then again, not just others, but also yourself. So I don't plan on keeping you long today, but that is that. I mean, I don't know what else to say other than that. Um, so quickly, let me identify for you what I believe success is for me. And because of the fact that I had a couple of things mixed up here, I'm going to have to pull it up this way. So let me see real quick. So for me, this is what success means for me. So my personal definition of success is success, and I said this one before in a previous video, success can be as simple as being able to choose the life you want rather than settling for what you can get. But my personal definition of success is realizing your God-given talents and true value, living a life of happiness while developing as a unique individual whose great value not only supports yourself and your family, but also makes the world a much better place to live. Now that in itself, and I'm going to put it back up again for you before we close out this live stream, but that in itself is my definition of success. And again, it may sound a little general because I'm not talking about my gift for music specifically. I'm not talking about my creativity specifically. I'm not talking about my analytical abilities specifically. I'm not talking about those things specifically in that. But that statement for me encompasses all of those things. I want to be not only a motivator in that area, but I also want to inspire you to find that success for yourself. God gave you talents. He gave them to you for a reason. And that's why it's important for us to be unique individuals. It's important for us to understand who we are. It's important for us to stop trying to be carbon copies of someone else and what they are successful in or what they're successful with, but to understand and accept ourself, our unique self, so that we can then use what we have internally, what's in our heart and in our mind. And again, uh, when I say heart and mind, I'm always pointing either to your physical heart or your physical head, but what's in our heart and our mind, and using those things to make a great impact on this world. This world can be a better place. Now, I see a lot of things happening in this world that I'm uncomfortable with, and they're going to happen, and it's going to continue. However, you get to choose whether you're on the positive side of the things that are going on in this world or if you're on the negative side. And being on the negative does not necessarily always mean that you're doing something bad. Um, you could be neutral, and that is you unfortunately leave this world without recognizing the value in who you are and accomplish the things that God placed in you, those special abilities, and develop them and accomplish the things that God placed you on this planet to do. So, I hope that wasn't too crazy. And again, this it's been awesome. I truly appreciate everyone. You guys, I appreciate you watching me on a live stream. I appreciate you being here. The next one, I'll do my best to make sure that I announce it on Instagram and Twitter a lot further in advance. Now that I've got this experience under my belt and I kind of know some of the things that I'm going to have issues with, I've already had some issues with a couple of things, but at least a few I've been able to correct. But I'll let you know when I get ready to do the next one. But most of all, as I always say in every video, pretty much every video, first of all, I say it's not just a dream; it is a destination. Together, we're going to get there. I don't say that as frequently as I used to, but it's still true. That passion, that dream, that thing that's within you, that place that you want to go, that great thing, that positive impact that you want to make on the world, is in you. It's not just a dream, it's a destination. It is a place. Don't see it as something I can never reach. It is a place. You can get there. And I want to not only help you get there, but I want to get there with you. Okay, rude boy. What's going on? And so the other one, of course, is always remember, never forget that nothing, absolutely nothing is impossible for you. You can do anything that you put your mind and your heart into. I truly believe in you. The reason why I can say that I believe in you is because I believe in the God who created you, and he created you with a purpose. I believe in you. You have to believe in yourself. Absolutely have to. I appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it. So, with that, I'm going to share with you one last time my definition of success, and we're going to end this video out with a bang. Success, again, is realizing your God given talents, your true value, living a life of happiness while developing as a unique individual whose great value not only supports yourself and your family, but also makes the world a much better place to live. Again, you have the ability to do just that. I believe in you. I absolutely believe in you. Please believe in yourself. I look forward, so forward, to talking to you guys again very soon. Peace!